Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skysworld.com for life coaching and mentoring. It's bright and early, daily discipline, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. It has turned cold here in Florida. By the end of the week, it'll start warming up. I think we'll be in the mid-70s by the end of the week. Right now, it is 45 degrees. For me, that's cold. You guys are hardcore. I'm not very hardcore when it comes to weather. That's why I live in Florida. Let's talk about extremism. There's a lot of extremism going on out there. Religious extremism. I mean, it's been going on forever, but it's going on a lot now. Political extremism, social extremism, social justice extremism, I guess is what you'd call it. You have the alt-right. You have the extreme left, the progressive left. A lot of this is found online. Online is a good place to hide. It's a good place to find secret communities. You could live a double life and sit in your house and be a complete extremist, going down this rabbit hole into this world of all kinds of hatred, paranoia, conspiracy. And then go out of your house to your job or hang out with your friends, and you could pretend to keep it together for a little bit and be a normal person. But you're not. Extremists are dangerous, and I don't like extremists. And I've studied them for a good part of 35 years. I can tell right away who they are because they talk a certain language. They have a certain code words they use, both on the right and the left. Religious extremists, all of them, they all talk in a code, in a language. They come up with their own language, and they use these words, these code words, this language, this narrative, in order to communicate with each other, communicate ideas with each other under society's awareness, but to also scope each other out or to root each other out. You're not speaking my language, you must not be one of us. I can tell by how you talk that you're one of them. You're not one of us. And this is done all throughout the extremist world. Religious extremists do this, and if you don't talk about God in a certain way, with a certain type of complete and total blind devotion, then maybe you're evil. Maybe you're one of the demons, and they're lost in a world of good and evil. How do people become extremists? Well, it starts off with anger. That's the first. If you're going to think of it as seasonings, that's the first seasoning we're going to put in the stew is anger. Lots of anger. And the next one is ignorance. You got to be real stupid. And it's not just stupid like you're low IQ. You can be brilliant. You can have a high IQ. You just have to be ignorant. You don't know a lot about this topic. And that's when an extremist can come in and educate you. They educate you because with this weird righteousness and rightness, they'll try to paint this picture of good and evil. It's always this polar opposite. This world of dichotomy, of us against them, of polarity, extreme polarity. And the extremists always believe that they're on the side of God, on the side of good, on the side of right, on the side of righteousness. And this is how they justify their violence, their outlandish behavior, or criminal activity. The extremists believe conspiracy as fact, deny fact as conspiracy. So it's very Orwellian. When you deprogram an extremist, you literally have to break them down. Everything that they think they know, they have to forget and learn over, because they're in a world of lies, fueled by hatred. And the fertilizer for that hatred is their ignorance. But once they've been indoctrinated into the narrative oh, these lefties or these right-wing extremists, they feel so much smarter than you. Have you ever talked to any one of them like that? I've known people like this on both sides for many years, and they absolutely feel smarter than you. And they'll relentlessly try to beat you down with their narrative, with their message, continually, until they convince you or until they've decided that you're one of them. You're always one of them. There's no one neutral. You're either with us or you're against us. That's the attitude of the extremist. And what it all boils down to, because you can be frustrated and complain about shit all you want, but what it boils down to with extremists, when you try to get to the meat of it, what is it that you guys want? What is it that you're really about? And when you dive into Black Lives Matter, you dive into any of these groups, the right, alt-right, Tea Party groups, what you find out is, no, it's not just a fraternity or a boys club of knowledge where we get together and we happen to know the truth and we'll spread it. No, 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 no. You just joined an army. They want a final battle. The extremists on both sides, the right, the left, the religious ones, all of them, all extremists, anybody who falls under that umbrella of extremists, they all want a final battle because of the anger and the frustration. They've had enough. And you can, if you go down that rabbit hole of extremism, you easily get tricked into that narrative that a final battle is not only here and upon us, but it's necessary. So you kind of force it to happen. And that puts you into the realm of murderer. Because you actively, a lot of these extremists actively think about killing their enemies. I heard two old ladies, looked like innocent old ladies, sitting at the table next to us. We were at lunch the other day. And they were extremists, liberal extremists. Innocent looking, sweet old ladies. And one of them said that it was necessary to do anything possible, anything, to get rid of Trump, not just make sure he doesn't run for office, but get rid of him. The other one says she hopes he dies in prison. The other one said that she just hopes he dies. These are two sweet old ladies talking about, basically about assassinating a political foe, because they're not suggesting that he get COVID and die, or that he catch a cold or pneumonia. No. They're suggesting Robert Kennedy or whatever, JFK. Who was the one that got assassinated? I guess they both did. They're suggesting that type of thing. Someone needs to do something. So any one of you could become a political extremist, a religious extremist. You want to kill your enemies. Have you gone down this road already? Well, if you're looking to snap out of it, to rescue yourself, if you've recognized that maybe you took the wrong path and you're lost and you're wondering how to get back, what the first thing you need to do is get rid of that anger. You counteract anger with love. Seek love. The second thing you do is seek truth. The truth will set you free. Truth and love is going to rescue you from that extremist world that you're in. Food for thought.